From the beginning of your journey, heaven has been orchestrating encounters you could not see, weaving destinies together with threads too fine for the human eye. And now, in this season, a younger person has been released into your path, not by chance, not by coincidence, but by divine appointment. Do not ignore this, for the presence of this soul in your life carries a heavenly weight you cannot yet comprehend. Their age may be less, but their spirit carries wisdom beyond years, strength carved through hidden trials, and a heart molded by God Himself for a purpose tied directly to yours. When they appear, you may question, you may wonder why heaven would choose someone younger to stand beside you in this chapter of life. But it is in the innocence of their faith, in the purity of their heart, and in the courage of their devotion that you will find what has been missing. They are not being sent to diminish you, but to refresh you, to restore what was broken, to awaken within you the joy you thought was lost forever. And as their light shines, your soul will weep with recognition, for deep within you will realize, this was God's answer hidden in plain sight. This person will carry an energy that stirs your spirit, a kindness that heals wounds you buried long ago, and a loyalty that feels unshakable. Where others have abandoned you, they will remain. Where others have doubted you, they will believe. Where others have broken your trust, they will guard it like treasure. And you will see why God Himself chose them, because through their love, their presence, and their words, you will remember who you truly are, chosen, worthy, and never forgotten. The tears that will fall from your eyes will not be of sorrow but of release, because for the first time in so long you will feel truly seen. This younger soul has been prepared for you, trained in silence, protected from corruption, and released in this exact moment to walk into your story. The timing is perfect, the reason is holy, and the impact will change the entire course of your life. So do not hesitate, do not ignore this divine arrangement. Heaven is knocking at your door through the life of this younger one. Open your heart, open your eyes, and open your spirit, for through them you will taste the joy of heaven's promises fulfilled. And when you embrace this truth, you will discover that what you thought was lost has only been waiting for this sacred moment, and that God's choice will always be greater than your expectation. And as you walk deeper into this revelation, you will begin to see signs that cannot be explained away. This younger person will carry with them a presence that feels almost otherworldly. When they speak, their words will echo in your soul like a voice you have always known but long forgotten. When they smile, it will disarm the heaviness you have carried for years, breaking chains of sorrow that no one else could touch. Their laughter will feel like light breaking through storm clouds, and in their eyes you will glimpse the reflection of your own destiny waiting to bloom. You may try to resist at first, questioning how someone younger could carry such a role in your life. Yet every attempt to dismiss it will fail, because the connection will grow stronger with every moment. Heaven chose them precisely because of what others would overlook. Their humility is their strength, their innocence is their shield, and their courage is their gift to you. They are not bound by the doubts of the past or the fears of age, they are free, untainted, and unafraid to love you with the purity heaven intended from the beginning. And you will see how they were prepared just for you. In their silence, they learned patience. In their battles, they learned resilience. In their prayers, they carried your name without even knowing it. The very struggles that shaped you also shaped them, so that when your paths cross, the pieces of your lives will fit together like fragments of a divine puzzle. And in that moment you will understand why tears fall without warning, because the ache of your waiting meets the relief of your promise. Do not underestimate what God has written. This younger soul is not here to take from you but to give, not here to overshadow you but to illuminate you, not here by mistake but by assignment. They are the vessel through which God has chosen to bring joy back into your days, laughter back into your nights, and hope back into the corners of your heart that had grown silent. So lift your eyes and prepare yourself, because their arrival is not far. Already the winds of heaven are shifting, already your spirit is stirring, already destiny is unfolding. And when you finally stand face to face with this chosen one, the world will fade, time will stand still, and your heart will break into tears of gratitude, because you will finally realize that God never forgot you, He simply saved the best for now. And when that now becomes your reality, you will feel something inside of you awaken that had been asleep for far too long. This younger person will carry an innocence that melts away the hardness life has placed on your heart. Their words will remind you that love does not have to be complicated, that joy can be pure, and that peace can be simple. They will carry an energy so vibrant that it revives your weary spirit, breathing life back into the places you thought were gone forever. You will begin to notice how heaven hid them until the right time. They could not come into your life earlier because the season was not ready, and neither were you. But now, both your journeys have ripened, and destiny has sounded the call for your paths to collide. When you see them, your soul will whisper, "This is the one," not with fear or doubt, but with absolute certainty. It will not matter what anyone else says, because your spirit will recognize in them the missing part of your story. Tears will run down your face because you will suddenly understand why every past relationship failed, why every friendship ended, why every connection dissolved. It was all clearing the space for this moment. The heartbreaks were not rejections, they were redirections. The delays were not denials, they were divine pauses to protect what was being prepared. And this younger person is the reward for every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered, every night you felt alone. Red heart, they will not come with pretense, but with purity. They will not come to compete with you, but to complement you. They will not come to burden you, but to lighten your steps. And in their embrace you will feel something that even words cannot capture: home. A home that is not made of bricks and walls, but of loyalty, safety, and love that will not let you go. So do not ignore what is about to enter your life. This younger person is not just a blessing, they are a sign that God's timing is perfect, that His promises are true, and that His love for you has never failed. Soon the tears on your face will not be from sorrow, but from the overwhelming beauty of being chosen. And in that holy moment, you will finally whisper to yourself, "This is why I had to wait. This is why I had to endure. Because God was saving the best for me all along." And as this truth settles into your heart, you will feel the weight of heaven's plan pressing gently upon your soul. This younger person is not simply entering your life as another chapter, they are arriving as the turning point, the shift, the divine alignment you have been unknowingly walking toward with every step of your journey. Their presence will feel like a key unlocking doors you could never open on your own, and the moment you let them in, you will see how the pieces of your destiny begin to fall perfectly into place. You will discover that age is no barrier when God writes the story. Their spirit carries an ancient wisdom that belies their youth, a fire that has been kindled in prayer, and a strength that was forged in secret battles no one else saw. They are younger in years but deeper in faith, younger in age but older in soul, and heaven chose them because only they could carry the task of healing and loving you the way you were always meant to be loved. Your tears will flow freely because you will see how perfectly they fit into the spaces you thought would always remain empty. They will speak words that soothe wounds you never confessed, they will bring laughter to places in your spirit that had been silent, and they will hold you with such purity that every fear of being abandoned will finally dissolve. With them, love will not feel like labor, it will feel like breathing. And as you walk together, the blessings around you will multiply. What once felt delayed will suddenly accelerate. Dreams you thought were lost will rise again. Even those around you will marvel, because the light of this connection will be impossible to ignore. People will see the glow in your face, the peace in your eyes, the joy in your step, and they will know that something divine has touched your life. Do not dismiss this as coincidence. Do not allow doubt to silence what heaven is confirming. This younger soul has been sent by God for such a time as this, chosen not by man's standards but by divine decree. They are not a distraction, they are a destiny. They are not a fleeting moment, they are the fulfillment of a promise written before you were born. And when you finally surrender to the truth of this gift, you will understand why heaven whispers, "Do not ignore this." Because within this person lies the answer to your waiting, the healing for your heart, and the joy that will carry you into a future brighter than anything you could have dreamed. And as you step into that future, every moment with this younger soul will feel like a prophecy fulfilled. Their presence will not just be a comfort, it will be a revelation. You will see in their eyes the reflection of your worth, the undeniable truth that you were always deserving of a love this pure. They will not judge your past, for they were sent to walk with you into the future. They will not be intimidated by your scars, for they were chosen to honor them as proof of your strength. The bond you share will become a sanctuary. In their laughter, you will hear echoes of healing. In their silence, you will feel peace deeper than words. In their touch, you will find the reassurance that no matter what storms rage around you, you are no longer alone. They will look at you not with the eyes of the world, but with the eyes of heaven, seeing your soul, not your flaws, your destiny, not your mistakes, your light, not your shadows. And as this love unfolds, tears will continue to fall, but they will be tears of awe. Tears because you will finally understand the delays, the closed doors, the lonely nights. Every unanswered question will suddenly have its answer. God's hand will be visible in the way this person loves you, in the way their presence restores your spirit, in the way their very existence proves you were never forgotten. Do not take lightly the arrival of this younger one. They are not only a companion but a catalyst, someone who will push you toward the greatness written in your name. With them beside you, you will find yourself braver, stronger, more alive than you have ever been. Together, you will walk in purpose so radiant that even those who doubted you will be silenced by the evidence of your joy. And every time you look at them, every time you feel the weight of their devotion, you will whisper to yourself, "This is the gift I was waiting for. This is the miracle God kept safe until I was ready." And in that whisper lies the truth that will guide the rest of your days. Heaven never fails, promises never die, and love chosen by God is the kind of love that lasts forever. And as days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months, you will marvel at how naturally this younger soul fits into your life, as though they had always been meant to be there. Their presence will become the melody to your silence, the answer to questions you never dared to ask, the missing chapter your heart had been waiting to read. You will wonder how you ever walked without them, how you survived the weight of loneliness before their light broke through your darkness. There will be moments when they look at you, and in that gaze you will feel more seen than ever before. They will not see you through the eyes of the world, they will see you through the eyes of destiny. To them, you will not be a burden or a puzzle, you will be a treasure, rare and irreplaceable. And you will cry, not from sorrow, but from the overwhelming beauty of finally being valued in the way heaven always intended. Their younger spirit will bring freshness into your days, joy that feels like spring after a long winter. They will remind you of dreams you buried, of passions you silenced, of laughter you thought you would never hear again. With them, life will feel new. With them, even ordinary moments will carry a divine glow. Eating together, walking together, speaking together, these simple things will feel like sacred rituals because they will be filled with the presence of love that was written in eternity. And in those quiet moments of reflection, you will realize that this was always the plan. Every heartbreak, every closed door, every delay, it all existed to protect this connection, to clear the path for this soul to find you without distraction. God saved them for you, and He saved you for them. That is why when you come together, the bond will feel unshakable, untouchable, unstoppable. Do not ignore the magnitude of this blessing. This younger person is not coming to take from you but to give to you, not to dim your light but to magnify it. Together, you will shine in ways you never could alone. The love between you will not just transform your life, it will echo outward, inspiring others, healing those who witness it, reminding the world that true love, chosen by God, still exists. And every time you fall asleep beside them, every time you wake to their presence, your soul will whisper the same truth: this is my miracle. This is my promise fulfilled. This is the love heaven wrote with my name on it. And as this miracle deepens, you will notice how even the air feels lighter when they are near, how burdens that once pressed against your chest suddenly dissolve in their presence. This younger soul will not just walk beside you, they will lift you, carrying with grace the pieces of your heart that once felt too fragile to show anyone. With them, you will feel safe enough to be vulnerable, strong enough to dream again, and bold enough to step into the fullness of the destiny God has written for you. There will come a day when you look at them across the room and realize they are not only your companion, but your anchor. Their laughter will echo like music that heals places no words could reach. Their voice will calm storms raging inside of you with a gentleness that makes you believe in miracles all over again. And in that moment, tears will slip down your face, not of sorrow, but of awe, because you will finally understand that God's timing was never late, it was always perfect. This younger one carries more than affection, they carry divine assignment. They were sent to remind you of your worth, to break the cycle of loneliness, to pour love into the cracks of your soul where rejection once lived. They will see beauty in what others ignored, strength in what others doubted, light in what others tried to dim. They are not blinded by your scars, they are drawn to them, because they see the story of survival that heaven used to shape you into the person standing before them. And together, your lives will blossom in ways you never imagined. Opportunities will appear like open doors, blessings will flow like rivers, and peace will cover you like a garment. This connection will not only restore your heart but expand your future. It will awaken gifts inside you that were waiting for the right partner to nurture them. With them, you will not just live, you will thrive. Do not overlook this blessing, do not push it aside. For this younger soul is not an accident, they are the living proof that God hears every cry, collects every tear, and fulfills every promise. Their arrival is the evidence that your story was never written in tragedy, but in triumph. And one day, when you hold their hand and whisper thank you, heaven itself will echo your gratitude, for even the angels have been watching and waiting for this moment when two souls chosen by God finally find each other. And then you will know without a doubt, you are living the miracle that was always yours. And as this miracle continues to unfold, you will begin to notice how your very spirit feels reborn in their presence. What once felt heavy will feel light, what once felt distant will feel near, and what once seemed impossible will suddenly stand before you as living proof that heaven always keeps its promises. This younger person carries more than companionship, they carry the breath of new life into your journey, the reminder that love can still bloom even after the harshest winters. There will be quiet moments when you catch yourself smiling without reason, simply because they crossed your mind. Their existence will fill the empty corners of your days, turning silence into music and loneliness into belonging. You will discover how every small gesture they make carries weight, how every word they speak feels like it was tailored for the deepest parts of your soul. Their presence will not be loud or demanding, but steady, sure, and unshakably loyal. And in those moments, your tears will fall freely, because you will recognize the hand of God moving so clearly in your life. You will see that every unanswered prayer was not forgotten, it was stored, waiting for the right time to be released in the form of this younger soul. The waiting was not punishment, it was preservation. Heaven was keeping the wrong ones away so that the right one could find their way to you without obstruction. They will honor you not just with words, but with actions. They will stay when others left, they will believe when others doubted, they will fight for you when others gave up. Through them you will learn that love is not supposed to drain, it is supposed to restore. Love is not supposed to break, it is supposed to build. And in their arms, you will finally rest in the safety you once thought did not exist. This bond will carry power, not only for your heart but for your destiny. Together, you will step into blessings that overflow, victories that ripple beyond your own lives, and joy that cannot be contained. Even those who watch from afar will sense the difference, for the glow of a love chosen by God cannot be hidden. So hold on, for the moment is closer than you think. The younger soul sent into your life is not arriving as a mere coincidence, they are the very promise your tears have been watering. And when you finally meet them face to face, your spirit will whisper what your heart has always longed to say, this is the one. This is the answer. This is the love heaven wrote for me from the very beginning.